Hello, this is a Bechstein Millennium upright piano, 116 centimeters high, made in 2010 and just come into stock. This is Bechstein's top range piano of this height and has an extremely delicate touch and tone. Just looking at the keyboard, everything's immaculate on the piano. It's indistinguishable from a new piano. There's no marks on the outside and the hammers are not worn at all. If we look at the end of the hammers, we can just about see the 3 string marks on the hammers. Just been played in very slightly, which is very helpful. When a piano is played in after the first year or two, it reaches its optimum. And I don't think it's had more than a year's playing, maybe an hour a day. That would be the maximum it's had, and that's light playing as well. Now, the piano is perfectly regulated. Some new pianos are not perfectly regulated. In this case, the dampers are pulling off absolutely in line. Sometimes we have to work a little bit to finely regulate new pianos even. But if we look at the dampers here pulling off, this is C, B and C, pulling off exactly together. And that's the same with all of the dampers on the whole piano. This is particularly important in the tenor area where these dampers are the springs are quite tough. So if they pull off too early, then it can feel quite heavy, the action. We've had to regulate a nearly new piano just recently that the dampers were lifting off far too early. The delicate touch on this piano is superb, and the set-off as well is as late as possible. So as we'll see in a minute, I'm really grateful to get this piano into stock. Because the touch on this piano is so delicate, it encourages you to play softly, and it's such a high quality piano, so if you want really a top quality upright and you don't want it to dominate, you want it to be too powerful, then this is ideal. I'm going to try and contrast it with other pianos in stock. This is the same height Seiler upright, as you've seen on other videos. I'm particularly fond of Seiler, but played at the same amount of pressure is immediately a louder piano, and this piano is trying to be a strong sounding piano for its height, so you get a very strong bass too. Superb piano as well. The bass on the Bechstein is much more delicate, so it's an excellent bass, but it not trying to go for the kind of power. It's trying to go for a very even tone, a very delicate tone. If we contrast that with this new Fork, of course all the pianos we have in stock we've chosen carefully and love them, but immediately a powerful sound. It's a taller piano. This is 122 centimeters. Of course the main area of the piano is the middle, and that's the important area. Again, it's trying to be a powerful piano for its height. It can also be played delicately, but it's more suitable for a bigger room, I think. As you know from other videos, I'm keen on the older German pianos too, which have a very rich tone. Let's try the bass on this one and the treble area. This is a Grotrin. A different sound. I think you just have to try it and see whether you like that. This is a Yamaha U3, and obviously again a very pleasant sound. But again, trying to go for a bigger tone generally. You can be played delicately, but none match the delicacy of this Bechstein, which obviously you can't see the touch, you just have to take it from me. I fell in love with the touch of this piano when I bought it and thought I have to have this piano. It's superb. Not all new pianos are the same, by the way. Hammers are different on new pianos. This one just ticks every single box for me. By the way, the pedals are slightly sloped downwards and low, as we've mentioned about Bechstein Grands as well. It's a feature of Bechstein's really fond of. That means you can actually raise the piano up a bit, but you don't need to on this one because there's so much legroom. So that's a brief look at a Bechstein Millennium upright piano, 116 centimeters high, made in 2010 and really indistinguishable from a new piano. Perhaps there's some very light scratching, but we'll be working on that and perfecting it. We haven't really had to do anything. It's very unusual for us not to have to do anything to a piano at all. Just one very small technical thing that I did, but the piano is guaranteed for 10 years anyway. And what's encouraged me so much about this piano is the light touch. The very delicate touch. It's not light in terms of being lighter than average, but it's so delicately poised really, so you can play very gently. It's very well regulated. Of course we work on all the pianos that come in and regulate them fully anyway, but this one's come in absolutely perfect. And I'm playing quietly because the piano encourages me to. It's just very, how can I put it, very, very smooth to play. It's one of the very best upright pianos we've had, definitely, and certainly of this height. The bass isn't incredibly powerful, but it's very delicate, if you understand what I mean by that. It's not going for a massive sound, but it's going for a very integral sound right across the whole piano. And it's the kind of piano I certainly can't get off playing, and for an upright piano, for me, it's absolutely wonderful. Whatever you do, it's very, very controllable. I've tried to contrast it with some other pianos in stock, just to show you that this is quite exceptional really. And obviously you can't feel the piano on the video, but I can tell you from, if you do decide to buy this piano without coming to see it, then I know you'll be very satisfied with it. We'd obviously, you could return it if you weren't, but there was no way that you wouldn't be satisfied. We've had one similar Bechstein in about 3 or 4 months ago, and very, very good piano again. Slightly taller, slightly more powerful piano, so this one is ideal for a small location. Thank you very much for listening.